I feel a bit fresh today. So today, I'm pretty excited. I've got, I'm going to sand up that fiberglass that I did last week. So we'll give that a nice sand in a second. And we're going to do a bit of a clean. We're just going to clean a bit more of this quickly. And I've just been cleaning out all the areas. I drilled some holes in there last weekend and let it dry. So with that drying for a whole week, and it's been good weather this week, which is great. It's just cloudy. It's not really been raining. That should be able to get resin filled. So we'll pour up a couple of batches of the resin and we'll pour it straight in. Now I was originally talking about using like a expander foam or something else to fill it up a bit and then pour the rest in, but I've come to the solution that after talking to some fiberglass guys, a few other people, some people said the expander foam was a good idea to take up some space, but then one guy just straight up said just fill the whole thing with resin. And he was a fiberglasser in town, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to just fill it with resin. Now he did say you could use polyester or epoxy, which is what everyone's saying. Use epoxy, use epoxy, use epoxy. This boat is polyester resin, so I don't need to use epoxy. Epoxy is stronger for its patches and other bits and pieces, but the bloke straight up said to me, the fiberglassing boat guy, just polyester fill, it's a filler. So that's what we'll do. that was a little mistake. So I just poured like 5 litres of resin into all the cracks. I was keeping an eye on, trying to keep an eye on any leaks, and obviously when I got to a certain height, there was a hole going through where the drainage point is from the deck, right about there where the clamp is. You saw me frantically running over there. I just looked over the edge and went, oh, there's lots of resin pouring straight down the side of the boat. So quickly plugged that hole, clamped it up, and hopefully that rubber comes off next week. But now the resin can settle in there. The first fill can settle into all the bits, thicken up some areas, and allow it to slowly fill up. So we've got 5 litres of resin in this side now. So let's let that cure. And that's all the resin I've got for the moment, so I've got to go buy some more. Right. Hopefully I didn't lose too much. You guys probably saw it happening. And I had to lean over and go, ooh, what was that? Alright, let's do a little bit of sanding and clean it up a little bit in there, and then we'll go home and do some more work on the bowsprit supports. Alright. So the other side's beautiful, dry, hard, fantastic, sanding up absolutely beautifully, and they look and feel really nice and strong, so that's great. But this side just happens to be this edge here, and that's pretty dry, that's a bit gooey, that's a little gooey. That feels pretty dry. That's pretty dry. That's pretty dry. That's a bit gooey here. So it's a bit gooey. What have I done? Mustn't have used enough catalyst in that final coat that I've done through there. So I better go get some more information on that and see what I have to do to make sure that whole section, especially where it's onto the timber, it seems to be okay fiberglass to fiberglass, but just where it's on the timber in that particular spot, which I think was the last brush coat I did like a last, use up the last bit of the batch and painted over all that edge to review the footage. But I want to just double check, maybe I just didn't use enough catalyst, and we will have to remedy that section before we decide to sand it. But the other side, I'm really pleased. Really pleased. That's amazing. Okay. Oh, all right, let's get back home and work on those bowsprit beams, shall we?